I spent tens of thousands of dollars on YouTube ads this year, testing different strategies, creatives, and funnels. I can comfortably say that the strategy I'm going to lay out in this video is the best way to structure and manage YouTube ad campaigns, whether you're a solo agent, a team leader, or own a brokerage. In this video, I won't hold anything back. I'll show you all the technical stuff that you can implement right into your own YouTube ad campaigns. First thing we're gonna break down are the creatives today. 90% of your funnel success is gonna come down to the creative itself. And the reason for this is because if your offer is not resonating with the right target audience, the rest of the funnel doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if you have a great ebook, it doesn't matter if you have a great follow-up and nurture system. If you're nurturing someone who isn't in need of your service, you're not gonna work. So let's break it down. So the high-performing formats that I find work best for my clients there's a couple. And the first one is the pain, agitate, solve, or the PAS system. The goal is, in the first part, is to introduce the pain, remind your audience of the pain they feel. You can do this in the hook or the intro of the body. Then you're gonna agitate, essentially make them feel it on a deeper level. And then finally, solving the pain. So how your product actually solves your pain. So an example would be for buyers, remind them of the fact that they just can't find that perfect listing, and then making them feel that on a deeper level. Basically, that would be something like, you've browsed hundreds, if not thousands, of listings online just to find one or two listings that might suit your needs. What you can do is then, once you've agitated them enough, bring in the solution. So for example, you can get an exclusive list of homes that have not even made the market yet or are just about to reach the market. This way you can get exactly what you're looking for within your price range specifically. It's an example of pain, agitate, solve. Next is the before-after bridge formula. So show your customer's current problem, similar to like we did before. Show them a life where their problem is solved. So like, for example, someone who's worked with you in the past that has had a really good client experience. And then present your offer or service as a solution. So connect how you solved an existing client's issue with the bridge. Then finally, the case study format. I find this to work really, really well. Basically, you can say something like, my client had a problem with X, it caused X pain. They tried to solve it with X, but nothing works until they finally found X solution. Now their life is super, super easy. And so the point of this is to basically highlight that the client first faced a problem. The problem caused them a certain amount of pain. The client has tried solutions in order to solve that pain, but those solutions fail. The client then finds a solution via your services, and their life becomes easy. So you can just take screenshots of all of this stuff, apply it for yourself. But now we're gonna move on into the ad account. So within the Google Ads Manager, there are a couple of different layers that you have to understand. It's not just as simple as just posting an ad on the ad account. There's different structures and layers to it. So at the top of the structure, we have the campaign level itself. This is basically where you can input your campaign type, your goal, location targeting, bidding strategy, devices, and so on. So what this will look like is this. So it'll look a little something like this. So essentially you have your budget that you can input, your location targeting, basically where you want to target. So we want to do, for example, Charleston, South Carolina. You can include that. You can include languages, device targeting, and all that kind of stuff. This is what's gonna be on the highest level for your campaign level. So next you're gonna have the ad group level at the bottom of the structure, and the ad level consists of all of your individual ads that you're gonna be posting and all of their components, their headlines, their descriptions, the call to actions, and so on. So let me just show you what that looks like right now. So if you come on over into here in the ad account, you just click on add here. And essentially, as you can see here, you would input your landing page here, your video, and here's where you can have your headlines, your long headlines, descriptions, call to action, business name, etc. All of this is where you're gonna post your individual ads. Once you've completed that, you can duplicate it, have as many ads as you want. I typically recommend you run about 5 to 10 different variations of an ad in order to split test which hook does the best, what body performs the best, etc. So now we're gonna be moving into what everyone considers the trendy aspect of YouTube ads, which is the audience type, or your targeting type. So there are 4 different types of targeting. There's your data segments, custom segments, in-market audiences, and demographics. So starting off with your data segments, what this is gonna be crucial for is your retargeting or remarketing campaigns and audiences. What those are essentially is you're gonna take a small portion of your total budget, essentially once you get enough data, and you're gonna allocate that to existing customers, YouTube subscribers and viewers, and website visitors that you can show your ads to again. So how you can do this is essentially going into your ad account like this. And then from here, you're gonna click on Ad Group, scroll on down to Audience, click Add an Audience, and then essentially you can just input your own data right here by clicking this and then New Segment. Now, because this is a new account, or a demo account rather, I don't have any information to submit, but you can, as you can see here, upload a customer list, YouTube users, etc. Next are custom segments. Essentially, what this is where you can input people's interests or certain websites or keywords they've been typing in. And essentially, you're only gonna show your videos to those who have inputted those specific keywords. So let's just go over there right now. So in order to access this, you're gonna go back to your ad group, click on Add an Audience, click on a new audience, and then from here, you're just gonna wanna click on custom segments here. So you can click a new segment, and you're gonna wanna understand the difference between custom affinity and custom segment. So custom segment is any one of the people that have searched in, let's say, for example, sell my home fast for cash. I wanna sell my mobile home quickly. Let's say these are your certain keywords that you wanted. It's basically custom affinity is gonna be targeting people with any of these interests or purchase intentions. So people that have searched these keywords and lookalike keywords or similar keywords that Google deems relevant that are similar to these. Now that's custom segment. Custom affinity is when you only want to isolate these specific keywords and show your videos to only those who type in these specific keywords. Next, we have in-market audiences, which is what I typically default to when I test my own stuff. And essentially, this is Google's advanced demographic system, and it creates its own specific audiences for people that Google deems motivated to buy or sell. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But it's important to understand here that Google has over 30,000 data points of any average given user. 30,000, meaning like a name is one data point. So just think about that. You have 30,000 different points of data on a specific person. They know exactly who you are. They probably know you better than you know you. And it's pretty scary. But the advantage of this is because now you can target exactly who's motivated to buy or sell, show your videos exactly to who's motivated to buy or sell. So let's just go over there real quick. So same deal. Click on Ad Group, add an audience. And from here, you're gonna find it in the interest and detail demographic section. So just click this. And basically, for sellers, you are gonna wanna type in something like homeowners, if it will come up. Oh, there it was, right here. Or you can do something like purchasing a home soon for buyers. And then lastly, we have demographics. So this is gonna be age brackets. You can do like household income, which Google estimates, it's not exact. And then we have gender. So let's just hop over there. So this will be in the demographic section all the way at the bottom of a new audience. So as you can see here, you can do parental status, household income. You can do the top 10% to the top 10%. You can basically do just parents. You can do ages, let's say 45 to 65. And you can isolate females, males, or just unknown, for example. So putting this all together, YouTube Ads uses CBO, meaning campaign budget optimization. What this means is that the budget is gonna be placed at the campaign level and it's distributed to the ad group or groups if there's multiple of them according to the algorithm. So what I typically do is have one campaign with one ad group, which has one audience inside of it, and then 3 to 5 ads within that specific audience, okay? And depending on the budget, 2 to 5 campaigns with this structure is ideal. This way you can isolate the budget to hit. Like let's say you have 2 campaigns with 2 different audience types and you want to isolate the exact same amount of budget to both of them. You can have 2 campaigns running at $10 a day, and equally $10 a day will be distributed throughout both of those audiences, so one doesn't favor the other. And now moving into the audience structure, what I typically do is test one targeting type per audience. So we've talked about before, in-market, custom intent, custom affinity. What I typically recommend is split testing it, starting off with something like in-market and custom affinity as 2 separate campaigns with 2 separate ad groups and audiences with the same amount of ads. You can test different ads, but in order to isolate the controlled variable the best, have the same exact ads, just with 2 different ad groups, same exact campaign settings, just the different audience types being switched. One being custom affinity, for example, the other being in market. And then finally, for the ad structure, like we talked about before, having about 5 to 10 different hook variations is great with 2 body variations. So you can have about 20 ads ready to go for your first batch set. This will last you typically about 4 to 6 months without having to change anything. And you can record all of this within one session. Could be done within 1 to 3 hours, depending on how good and efficient you are at recording. And essentially the goal of this is to have one ad group per body, 3 to 5 different ads per ad group. This way you can just have other ads, like 15 or 10 to 15 more ads on go. Let's say if your first 5 or 10 ads aren't performing well, you can swap them out, test all these different ones, mix match them with different audience types, and you'll be good to go. Now, if you're thinking about implementing YouTube ads in your business and you don't know where to start, I've just recorded an end-to-end tutorial on how to set up the YouTube ads funnel, from landing pages, lead magnets, and all of the essentials that you need. Click the link on the screen and watch the training. That's all I've got, and I'll see you in the next one.